Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. I'm Damon Campbell here at Schubas in Chicago with a very special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Wes Leavins from Brigitte Calls Me Baby from Chicago.
Great to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you, finally.
Absolutely, at long last.
Yes.
Definitely appreciate your time.
Likewise.
Now, you certainly bear it all in your music, but what's this I hear about a naked man outside your show in San Francisco?
Well, that was our first time in San Francisco, and we were going after sound check to get some lunch, and there was a completely unclothed man, except he did have socks on.
Oh, okay. Can't forget about those.
No, and I'm not sure he had shoes, though. And he was exposed to the world.
Do you know if he was trying to attend the show or just happened to be there?
Well, he was outside of the venue and lingered there for a bit.
Okay.
So I don't know if he was protesting or a fan.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyone's guess at that point.
Anyone's guess.
Yeah.
But he was there.
Did it seem like you were caught with your pants down, so to speak, meeting Kurt Smith from Tears for Fears while wearing a Tears for Fears shirt?
It was very strange, yes. That's actually kind of an interesting story because we had dinner reservations. My brother was in town. We were in LA, and we were going to go have dinner and ran late, so we couldn't go to that spot anymore. And we ended up having to walk to another spot, not really in the proper attire for this restaurant. And I had some like sweats on and a Tears for Fears t-shirt, and I walked in and I was sat right next to Kurt Smith, and I was like pretty embarrassed by that.
Oh, really? Did he come up to you actually?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to bug him. We were just minding our business, but I leaned to my brother. I said, this is weird. He said, what? I said, well, I'm wearing the Tears for Fears shirt, and there's one half of Tears for Fears. And yeah, on the way out, he came by and said, nice shirt. Wow. I said, oh, thanks. Nice band.
Yeah, I'm sure he was flattered.
Yeah, I think he felt good, and he was a nice guy. So
of course.
Good.
You really seem to wear your heart on your sleeve. In fact, even before music, you were writing your thoughts on T-shirts as a form of self-expression.
Yeah, that's actually how the first album title came about. I had written "The Future Is Our Way Out" on a shirt because I thought that just sounded cool, as a kid. And later, I found out what it meant and turned it into an album.
And what does that idea mean to you?
To me, it's whether through resolution or through everything ending in the way that it naturally does, or better or for worse, nothing lasts forever. And that is a source of comfort for me, particularly because it not that I don't take things seriously, but it's an easier time for me to sort of be able to embrace whatever life gives.
Yeah.
As cliche as that sounds.
No, I love it.
So the future is our way out.
You've been described as having found the future of rock in its past, but personally you never really try to be in or out of a certain time for that matter?
Basically, yeah. I mean, I think, personally, I just think good things are timeless, whether it was made a day ago or 100 years ago or 100 years from now. It's sort of like the best things stand the test of time, and I see no reason to not take a little bit from all of it.
Absolutely.
It's all there for us.
Yeah. Ripe for the picking.
Yeah.
You often find yourself in a race with time, though, due to, quote, death being the great equalizer that it is.
Yeah, it's a phobia I've had since I was a kid, and one that I thought would get better. And I had I have a good friend in Texas, where I'm from, who that was kind of the first thing. One of the first things we bonded over was that diagnosable fear.
Wow.
I mean, not just like trying to be edgy,
No.
It was an actual diagnosed fear and phobia. And he and I definitely shared that, and honestly grew through the discoveries of how to build the acceptance around it. So
yeah,
definitely a fear, but I think there's these days a lot of wonderful distractions.
For sure.
Yeah.
Despite life's fragility, you see your music as a jar in which you can bottle up feelings and memories?
Yeah, I think that's sort of what I try and do, is to take moments from my life or other people's lives that I observe and try to make it stay.
Yeah.
You know, because a moment turned sonic, I think that's a very special thing to be able to achieve, and that's what I try to do.
Of course. And ultimately, you'd like your music to help people feel more alive?
Yes, yeah, and myself. It's kind of the big reason I do it is I'm not going to skydive.
Sure.
I'm probably not going to play Russian roulette or anything like that. So it's sort of like the closest thing I can get to that, you know, putting everything you feel on the line and being in front of people, and anything can go wrong, anything can go right.
Having said that, though, they do say a coward dies 1,000 deaths. So with that in mind, you feel it's important to do things very boldly?
Yeah, I think so. I think you've got, you know, a very finite amount of time. And I think joy and expression and indulgence should be prioritized as much as, you know, taxes and obligations and sleep.
Yeah. And you believe having a comfort zone in any sort of art is essentially...
Yeah, it's, well, I see no point in it. I would say there's some people who find a thing and do it really well, and that's remarkable as well. But for me, I just think staying the same for any amount of time, rooting yourself in an identity and saying, well, I can only be this forever, or an expression, and not being able to change with, you know, with your life. The people you meet, the things that you do, the places you go change you, and I don't know if I've succeeded at it, but I don't want to be so rooted in an identity that I don't allow for the wonderful change that life can bring as well.
Absolutely. Well, and on that note, would you have been digging your own grave as a musician if you stayed in Lunatic Nursing Home Massacre?
Maybe we would be headlining Riot Fest or something.
Oh, okay.
You know? Who knows? But
because what was that all about?
The same friend with the fear of death that I went to school with, you know, before we even knew how to play instruments, we thought we'd make some noise, and that's what we called it. Yeah.
Love it.
Thanks.
Well, you're killing it with this band and seem to have found a recipe for success, which is fitting after all, since you tend to look at making music a bit like cooking.
A bit, yes. I mean, it's to that point. It is a recipe.
Yeah.
And everyone has their own recipe, and you know, you can try and make the recipe like someone else, but it's never going to be exactly the same.
Sure.
In the same way that, you know, your aunt can always make it better.
Speaking of which, I hear you make quite a cheesecake.
I do love cheesecake. It's probably one of the few indulgences I have. It's my sort of go-to. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the significance of the Breakfast Club when it comes to whipping up a great tune?
Our producer on our first album, Dave Cobb, we were debating a tempo for the track "I Want to Die in the Suburbs," and some of us felt it was too slow, some of us felt it wasn't, or it was too fast. And he said, "Okay, listen, hold on, I've got the solution. I'm going to pull up the Molly Ringwald's dance scene from the Breakfast Club, and that's the tempo it should be, whatever her rhythm is."
Yeah.
And it was right on.
No kidding.
Right on the. I mean, you can test it yourself at home.
I'll have to do that.
Yeah, but he was right, and he said that's how you know, and that was a great thing.
Wow. We're here in the director's hometown, of course, and for anyone keeping score, you're from the same area in Texas as Tizo Touchdown?
Yes. Yeah. And met him a few times. Very, very sweet guy.
Yeah.
Wonderful person, and very, very much an individual in the best way.
For sure.
Yeah.
And Janis Joplin as well, who your grandma actually graduated with?
Yes, she's from Port Arthur, Texas, which is where my grandma is from. And, you know, there's some good things that have come from this area, and Tizo is, I think, a beacon of hope for a lot.
Absolutely. Did your grandma ever share any stories about Janis Joplin?
Not really. She said she was very quiet, which you could expect, and you know, the people weren't really interested in her. Which is kind of ironic.
Yeah.
Seems to be how it goes, though.
Absolutely. Perhaps there's something in the water, which brings me to a company that helps improve the water there and happens to share your last name. Any connection to Leavins Engineering?
No.
Okay.
No. What is it? Is it
I guess they just help clean up the water there and
Really?
make sure everything's up to par.
in Texas?
Yeah, right in Beaumont. As a matter of
Interesting,
fact.
because there's a lot of refineries there, so the water is pretty terrible.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing that they have
Yes.
them doing their thing.
Yeah.
I figured it was worth a shot at least.
Yeah, well, you never know. I mean, it could be.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like people to know about Brigitte Calls Me Baby?
Our sophomore album is out in March. It's called Irreversible, and we're debuting it tonight in Chicago, live
wait.
for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time, man. It was great chatting with you.
Thank you.
Best wishes with everything coming your way.
Cheers.
Any final thoughts at all before we say goodbye?
Just thanks to everyone. We have made a lot of strides over the years and couldn't do it without you, so thank you, and we'll see you on the tour.
There you have it. Once again, I'm Damon Campbell, and this is Wes from Brigitte Calls Me Baby. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good job, man.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good questions.